Hello once again and welcome to Speakeasy with Paul F. Tompkins. I am still Paul F. Tompkins, and my guest this time out you will recognize not only as a stand-up comedian, but as an actor on such shows as Broad City and, don't look at my camera, The Eric Andre Show. Say hello to Hannibal Buress. Hannibal,
what's up,
cheers.
Man?
Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me, man.
It's a pleasure to see you. I haven't seen you in a while.
It's been a while.
But you're all over the place. You're doing very well.
I'm working. Things are nice.
Are you enjoying your time on Broad City?
I am.
You play Lincoln on Broad City.
I play a dentist on Broad City. I get a lot of people asking me, can you be my dentist? I don't think you want that.
This is just people on the street?
On the street or online, girls will say, I wish Lincoln was my dentist. And I have to keep myself from making a joke. I can't be a dentist, but I'll put something in your mouth. I don't make that joke. I'll make it here. I don't say it to them. But every time they say it to me, that's what my...
Now you realize you've just made that joke.
I made that joke, but I don't make it to them, to their brains.
To their brains. That's fair.
Yeah, it is fair. It's different.
Do you like the character?
I like it, but I think
Lincoln?
It makes people too comfortable, and I don't like when people scream at me sometimes. It depends. It's very situational. It's like, if I'm in a college town or somewhere where it's lots of younger people in their 20s, then it could get weird and uncomfortable. And I don't like when people scream Lincoln at me, because that's not my name.
Right. Do you have a standard response that you give those people if they call you Lincoln?
If they yell Lincoln, I say, I'm not. Lincoln is a character I play on television. My name is Hannibal Buress. Also, when people don't, sometimes people don't know my real name, which is fine, but I don't know. People sort of recognize you and they be like, I know you from somewhere, and I never give it to people. Because it feels weird to be like, I'm on Broad City or Eric Andre's show. Like if they don't know, well, yeah. So I just say we used to work together and I walk away.
When you started, was the dream essentially immediately just to do comedy, just to be able to do it?
The dream was just I was like, I want to make at least $100,000 a year writing or performing stand-up comedy or some combination of both.
You wanted to make a good living.
I wanted to make a good living
as an entertainer.
Yeah. I didn't really have certain doing theaters or any of that. It was just I wanted to work as an entertainer. When I started, that was the goal. I was like, I feel like I could do that. I feel like I can make a solid 6 figures if I work hard. Right. Yeah.
But fame was not a thing.
Fame wasn't really a thing. No. Yeah. Even I remember a few years in thinking, like, I don't think I'd get big. I didn't think I would get big. I was thinking maybe, I'll be solid, and then one of my friends will get famous and bring me along. Right. I used to think, because TJ Miller popped out of Chicago, he got a pilot in like 05, 06 or something like that, and I was like, maybe TJ will get huge, and then TJ will bring me on or something. Like that was right. At one point that was the goal. I was like, I'll hold on to somebody's coattails and I'll get on like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Turns out you didn't need TJ Miller. Where were you, TJ, when Hannibal needed you?
But
why wasn't Hannibal on Carpoolers? Hold on, I'm talking to TJ.
That was a huge thing in Chicago, man.
Sure, absolutely.
When TJ got on Carpoolers, we were like, what? Because TJ hadn't even moved to LA. He didn't.
Oh, that was before he moved to LA?
That was before he moved to LA because he got that.
Wow.
Yeah, and so that was crazy for everybody back then. We were like, holy shit, you can go on TV from Chicago. This is amazing.
How was the community then? The comedy community then? Was a supportive scene?
It was, man. It was just a lot of, I was doing as many shows as I could, and it was a lot of people that Kumail, Kyle Kinane left as I started coming up there. Pete Holmes, a lot of good people, man, that were just working and doing a lot of shows. There's this spot, the Lion's Den was the popular open mic there at the time, and the Lincoln Lodge and Chicago Underground Comedy, all these spots that I was just trying to do as many spots as possible, and a lot of people were trying to do the same. So it was just trying to get good and work, and that was that.
You are the co-host of The Eric Andre Show.
Yeah.
The Eric Andre. And this is something I just learned today, that you guys had independently shot a pilot for the show years before it got picked up, right?
A couple years before, in New York, I want to say 2008 We shot that late 2008, maybe early 09. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What happened in the intervening years?
It was one of those things where I was just, hey, whatever, that's not happening. And I didn't really, and I didn't care. It was just fine. That was because that was a time where I would shoot anything and just like, sure, let's shoot the pilot, small thing, video, let's do it. Yep. And so he asked me to shoot this thing. We shot it in Bushwick in an abandoned bodega. And he gave me $200 and we shot this stuff and it was fun and weird, but it took so long. I was joking, like, yeah, when we gonna be on TV? Yeah, we're gonna be on TV, huh? And then I guess in 2011, 2012, we shot the actual pilot for it in LA, and then we did it. Done a few seasons so far.
Now Eric seems to love, and we've interviewed him on this show. Mm-hmm. He seems to love chaos.
Right.
Is that something that you also love, or do you love Eric loving chaos?
You mean within the context of the show?
Yeah. Or in general.
In general, watching him on the show is pretty funny because it's surprising. What are you doing right now? And it's sometimes I don't know what he's about to do, and I'm like, what is? Like sometimes my reaction on the show, my real reaction is not acting. It's just I'm really thinking, what the fuck is going on right now? What are you up to? Like a lot of the stuff he does, I don't do. It's fun to watch it. Like,
but you would personally do it.
I wouldn't do it. I mean, if I had to do it to save my mom's life, I would do it. But ideally, when we haven't done the live show in a while, but we toured the show a little bit, and it was chaos where he would throw food into the crowd, and then he would bring. It would be a one segment in the middle of the show where he'll bring the entire audience on stage, and he'll be, kicking it with them, and I'll be just off to the side, like, okay, this is too many motherfuckers on stage. Right now. But he's like, yeah. Well, after the show, he walks through the crowd like, yeah, what's up? Yeah. And I'm like, let this die down a little bit.
Is there anything that you, where you felt like you had to draw the line, or something you balked at where you're like, I'm not going to do that?
Yes. Yes. There was this bit where they had Tupac zombie.
Sure.
With like zombie makeup and gunshots. Uh-huh. And then they had him rapping. Like, he introduced our musical guest is Zombie Tupac. Or something. Or maybe just introduced him to regular Tupac. I forget the introduction.
Right.
But then the guys on stage, like, and I was like, man, I can't do this, man. I was like, Tupac's mob is still like, I think we're going a bit too far right now.
Right.
Because I guess I can see like certain things. I mean, I get pushed in the envelope on certain topics, certain points of view. But then when you push it towards a person, that's what I was like, ooh, I don't know about this. And I can already, I see emails and shit already. Right. I see emails months ahead. I'm like, I don't want to be, y'all can shoot this bit, but I'm not going to be on camera for that. But we ended up. But it wasn't, I think they conceded at the end that it wasn't a good bit. Because we've cut lots of stuff that, wasn't nearly as kind of mean-spirited or whatever. But yeah, it just was a weird bit that I didn't agree with.
Broad City, was acting always a part of it as well? When you were first starting out, did you see yourself acting?
Not like this. They wrote a character that kind of suited me and suited my delivery. I did some acting in college and did some people's student films and things like that, which I hope never surface.
Well, can you remember any of those student films?
No, I can't, but I do remember having a mini meltdown on set.
On a student film?
On a student film. Because it was two people talking to me at the same time, and I just got upset.
Right.
It was one person talking to me, and then the other person was trying to give me some direction or something. I was like, shut up! Shut up! Everybody quiet!
I set my parents' bed on fire!
So yeah, that was I do vividly remember freaking out. But that was really, especially if you're not used to having two people talking to you at the same time.
Oh yeah.
It It was rough.
And those things are a mess. It's like nobody knows what they're doing yet.
Yeah.
This is where they're learning how to do it.
And I was teaching them. Hey, let one person talk. Somebody, if you might get a sensitive person that just snaps out.
They needed to be told.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess it just comedy led to those gigs. Stand-up comedy led to the Eric Andre show, and it led to Broad City. That's how I met them, and started doing gigs in New York. And so, I think that's how a lot of stand-ups, book gigs early on. It's just, people you work with before just putting you on stuff. But yeah, I'm starting to do it more, and I'm not a great auditioner, but I enjoy it. I mean, it's just interesting just seeing how people connect with a character differently than they connect with stand-up, which, relates to the energy thing I was talking about earlier, which, I was doing well as a stand-up and doing decent-sized venues and had a couple specials, and people knew me from that, but definitely Broad City, it's a different energy.
Is there, for you, even in secret, is there like a sort of long-term plan of like phases of your career that you want to accomplish, or are you just kind of leaving yourself open to whatever happens?
It's a loose plan. I want to build my stand-up to where I can tour arenas for at least one tour of arenas. And then it can dwindle out to back to theaters again. But I want to play, it'd be cool to play like the United Center. Right. I'm from Chicago, so it'd be cool to do comedy where the Bulls play. So I like to do that. And then I think I focus more on film then. Like trying to do, I try to do a serious movie or something. Just something where people will say, wow, I didn't know. You can run around and fight and be serious. I would want to do one of those type of movies. That would be cool to get in shape and just do a crazy action movie.
It would be cool to get in shape, right?
It could, yeah.
Oh, if it was somebody else's decision that you got in shape, like you have to get in shape, we're gonna make it happen.
Yeah.
It would be so much easier.
Hey, that's it. That's the pitch. Hey, if you have an action movie for me, I will get in shape. It could be just so-so, just make it, get me a hot lead, female lead.
Sure.
And, make her be able to fight too, and we'll fight together, and we'll win the hearts of America and other English-speaking countries.
Tell me about your Comedy Central show.
Well, Paul,
I love, the title is very intriguing.
Title is intriguing, and that's all we got right now.
It's Hannibal Buress. Why?
Why?
Yeah.
We haven't started yet.
Really?
Yeah, we haven't. We started writing. I mean, I've been coming up with stuff a little bit, but we start writing in a week or so, and we'll do field pieces and man on the street stuff, and some sketch, some monologue, and maybe have a musical guest. But we're still figuring out the heart of the show. I'm excited to do it, and it should be fun, man.
You are really fascinated by people.
Yeah.
You would prefer if they were not the ones like coming up and deciding what the interaction is going to be.
Yeah.
But you seem very curious about people and just the way they think, why they think what they think.
Yeah.
And hearing people's ideas.
Right.
About life. Has it always been that way?
I think so, man. I was talking with a friend yesterday about we were talking about the Mayweather fight and we started talking about UFC fighting and mixed martial arts, and he was talking about did you get weirded out by seeing the violence of it live? Like, no, I didn't get weirded out. I just think about how crazy it is that somebody dedicates their entire existence just to beating the shit out of somebody. That's crazy to me. That somebody waking moments, they're like, okay, I can't eat that, because if I eat that, I won't be as good as beating the shit out of somebody. So I have to eat this,
right.
I have to do this. I can't go out late, because if I go out late, I won't be able to beat the shit out of somebody. Their whole, everything about what they do is dedicated to being able to beat the shit out of somebody.
I'd love to stay, but I have to beat the shit out of somebody tomorrow. Or he's gonna beat the shit out of me.
I love to stay. I have to beat the shit out of somebody in 2 months.
Right.
In preparation.
Exactly.
All that's like all the psychology and just the dedication and discipline it takes to be that, and just that this is what my life is. I'm a fighter. that's crazy to me. And the same thing applies to other professions too. Mm-hmm. Our job is, a fighter probably look at me like, you telling me that you just write stuff down mm-hmm. and you go say it in front of strangers every day, sometimes 3 times a day, and then you just drink and laugh with friends. And so it's just interesting, just different walks of life. I'm very interested in.
If you're like thrown into a room with a new group of people, are you kind of shy when you go into that situation? Are you uncomfortable?
It depends. I mean, that's one thing where if they recognize me, it makes it easier because then I can feel that and then I could go off of that. But I've been learning just how you just ask people questions and stuff. Mm-hmm. I read some Dale Carnegie books growing up. Actually, in college, dude, I read books on charisma and shit like that before I started doing stand. Because I didn't know, I had the energy to do stand-up, I had the vibe, but I didn't know what it was. It was just something, I need to do. And so I was buying these crazy books about creativity, the Da Vinci Code, and all these different things, how to influence people and and I still read them, how to run a business, how to bring others with you, I don't know, I guess, and it seems weird and calculated, but I guess if you do it in a decent way, it's not as manipulative or BS, I don't know.
Was the goal in getting better at sort of winning people over, was that all about achieving a success of some sort, or was it about just making yourself kind of more comfortable in the world?
I think I just wanted to be successful. Before I started doing stand-up, at 19. Mm-hmm. But before that, I think I just wanted to achieve the whatever generic concept of American success, which is you get a house, you get a car, suburbs, you make money, you promote, blah, blah.
But did you have a specific business plan? You didn't know what you wanted to do for a living yet?
No, that's actually my first major in college was just business, because I was like, I'll be a business major, then I'll get a business after college. I will get my wife, we get 2 cars, we make babies, and I grow my business. That's what I don't know. I was 17 when I started college, so you don't know. A lot of times you don't know exactly what you want to do unless you want to be a doctor or a lawyer or some shit. Usually beyond that, it's kind of gray area shit.
I think it's rare that people have have a single idea, a very single-minded idea of like, this is what I'm going to do for a living, and I've known it since I was 5 years old.
Yeah.
That's the exception rather than the rule.
When I was in high school, I fell for those envelope stuffing scams. Cause I was like, oh, this sounds good. Like I was going for whatever. They were like, you can make $3,000 a month staying at home. I'm like, I'm 16. I want to make $3,000 a month. Or whatever.
Already at home.
I'm already at home. Let me just grab mom's credit card and make this happen. No, it did not happen. Very embarrassing.
What exactly is involved in that scam, by the way?
I don't know. It was one of...
Because don't think I didn't think about it when I was a kid, too.
I fell for some dumb shit, man. I had a couple dumb pyramid scheme jobs. Door-to-door sales, the ones where they say, oh, in 3 months, you'll be only running your own business, making $120,000 a year just from selling lotion door-to-door. Lotion and discounted White Sox tickets will be the key to you having the keys to your own Porsche. Disgusted with myself.
Hannibal Buress, what a pleasure to talk with you.
Great talking with you. Good to see you, man.
Show business's gain is the business world's loss. Because Hannibal Business is a pretty good business name.
It is, and it's not too late.
It's never too late.
I got some side business ideas.
Well, we look forward to hearing all about them online.
Yes.
You can earn money from home helping Hannibal out.
Yeah.
That does it for this edition of Speakeasy. Please join me again next time when my guest will be a different person. So you get your mom's credit card.
Yeah.
And then what did they want? They want the credit card number.
Got the exact day they want the credit card. It was like a $200 flat fee, something like that. $300. Yeah, I feel bad about it.
Hi, I'm a Georgia peach, is what I initially say, and then they guess my name. It usually takes them under 500 tries.
Is that the protocol with someone who's a Georgia peach?
Someone who's a
You
Georgia
have to
peach.
guess their name?
Exactly, it's an old tradition.